I'm the founder and CEO of Placed, and we connect the digital to the physical world. So what we do that's really different is that we've built the world's largest opt-in location panel, where someone has installed an application that allows us to measure where they go 24/7. So why would a user do this? We actually pay them, give them gift cards, make a charitable donation on their behalf, or actually take premium features within applications and make them free. So we're really getting this opt-in first-party data from users to understand what they're doing in the physical world. So what do we do with that data? Why is it important? Well, from a place perspective, what we do with that data is then we actually map that, and we have an attribution solution called Placed Attribution, where when you think about a mobile phone today, it's all about on-device. It's about who clicked on the advertisement, who actually installed the app, what was the interactions with the app, but what they're missing out on is the physical world. This device is always with you, but the conversion is never actually talked about. Did you then go into the store? Because you saw an ad for Best Buy, did you then walk into the store? And what Place does is we actually connect that, and we are able to do that through partnerships that we have with Millennial, Pandora, the Weather Channel, and just today we've also announced Opera MediaWorks and Conversant, where we're going in and we're taking log level data for ad exposure, we're intersecting it with our panel, and we're able to go in and say, saw a mobile ad, and then went into the physical store. And that's huge. That is what is going to drive mobile moving forward. And I think the screen is actually on the wrong demo screen. I took
extra time.
Say it?
You get extra time.
That works for me. So I'll keep talking until they switch the screen out. So from an attribution standpoint, it's huge. So to give you a statistic, we've actually run hundreds of campaigns where we've measured retailers and the effectiveness that they drive in terms of seeing that and going to the store. And when you look at the conversions from mobile ad exposure, 9 out of 10 conversions actually happen in the physical world. So imagine if you're a retailer and you serve up an ad that highlights, hey, come into our website or our actual retail store and actually make a purchase. Well, right now they're just measuring saw a mobile ad, clicked on the mobile website and actually bought something. We're going in and so we're finding that 9 out of 10 times when the conversion occurs, it actually occurs in the physical world. So really, from a mobile advertising standpoint, you're missing out on 90% of the value that is mobile advertising. And that's where Placed Attribution comes in. So from an insights perspective, what we're able to do is actually go in and show you that of the people that saw the advertisement, 4.7% of them actually went into store. It drove 78,000 people actually into the physical store. So now you're not going in and saying, they clicked on the ad, that was great, they installed the app, that was great. You're going in and saying, saw the mobile ad, and then went into the physical store. And then we're actually able to break that down into a cost per store visit. So in this case, and this is actual data set, there's 48 cents cost per store visit. So it's great, it's in the restaurant category, but what they want to do next is they actually want to be able to understand, did that campaign actually drive lift? Did that actually make someone more likely to go into that physical restaurant? And what you see with that data is, you'll see the 4.71%, but then to the right of it, we'll look at the rest of the panel that wasn't exposed to the ad, and we'll measure lifts. So what this is saying is, of the people that were exposed to the ad, they were 23% more likely to go into the physical store. So now you're able to actually not only say, saw an ad, went to the store, but what was the incremental lift that I saw? And then what we're seeing, once you have this data set, it changes the conversation. When you're talking about retailers like Macy's, Best Buy, Sears, Kmart, Target, it's about actually driving physical world sales. People forget that 90% of retail transactions actually happen in the physical world. So beyond just going in and actually showing you of the people that saw the ad, went in the store, and what was the lift, because we have a panel-based approach, because we get first-party data, we can give you demographics on who was actually exposed to the ad. So here in this campaign, you can see that males over-indexed at a 102. So they were 2% more likely to get the ad, but they were 12% less likely to go in store because you see that place index of 88. So now all of a sudden, instead of going in and optimizing different creative units, you're actually optimizing audience. You're saying who is going to respond to mobile advertising. You can see here, females were underserved from an impression standpoint, but they were 8% more likely to go in the physical store. Additionally, we can break down age, where they served 14% more impressions to 35 to 44, but the conversion rate didn't match up. You're not seeing that same increase in index, but there's a huge opportunity between 18 and 24. You served less impressions to them, but they were more likely to convert. So it's really bridging that digital and physical world, where you can take real world metrics like demographics and start to optimize campaigns using that data set. And then on top of that, we'll show you geography. So it's great, you can see where people go in the physical world, that's really interesting, and we've got a business for that. But then we'll also show you, of the people who saw the advertisement, where are they from when they go into the physical store? So now you can actually optimize on geography. It's a very simple trait, but you can go in and say, I want to heavy up on my impressions and my delivery in Dallas-Fort Worth, because they are 91% more likely to respond to an advertisement, versus I'm going to pull away impressions from the Midwest because they're 16% less likely to respond to an ad and go into the physical store. And then from that data set, we can also go in and dive into path to purchase. So really starting to see, how does the path go? So we can go in and tell you, of the people that saw the ad, they were twice as likely to go to White Castle. They would go to gas stations. They're value conscious in terms of they go to Save-A-Lot and Family Dollar. But then on top of that, if you look at the right-hand side, what we're able to do is actually break down, of the people who saw the ad that then went into your physical store, where else did they go in the physical world? And the value proposition there is, now you've got a planning tool. You can go in and say, of the people that actually saw the ad, responded to it, I should actually geofence these locations like Chuck E. Cheese, Whataburger, Buffalo Wild Wings, because I'm able to actually say these audiences, these locations are more likely to have the customers that I want to reach.
All right. Are you validating the in-store visit?
Yeah, so because we have an opt-in panel, we run a set of models, and we can say we've got the best model in the world, which we do, but we actually validate it because they have an app. We can push a survey to them and say, where were you at Tuesday at 2 o'clock? And we'll list 4 or 5 of the businesses that have the highest probability, a couple of fake answers, and you'll respond back, and that trains our model. So we get about 20,000 responses on a daily basis from our panelists to constantly train our models.
Is this primarily an enterprise sales model? And then if yes, can you talk about how long the sale is taking, and then also how this tool works with the other tools that marketers in a big enterprise are using?
Yeah, so currently, the tools that they use are really brand lift studies. So it's kind of, when you see that banner ad go up that says, click on this, get $50 off, or get a $50 gift card, that's what they're using today to actually measure, saw an ad and went into the store. They're saying, did that brand lift increase? What we're doing at the end of the day is we're working with the publishers. This is the MobileBeats, the Pandoras, the PayPals of the world. And they're going out in the market because this is a demand that's out there. Dollars want to go into mobile, but if I can't show you that it actually works, I can't justify it if I'm the CMO, if I'm the VP of marketing. And what we're able to do is really show that value proposition.
How big is your panel?
200,000. So it represents about 1 in every 1,000 people in the US above the age of 13. So when you think about it, it's really going in and saying, for every 1,000 impressions, we got 1 person in our panel. And to give you from a sample size perspective, we actually work with a number of retailers where they compare us against their in-store counters. We recently closed a round that was led by a hedge fund because they were specifically interested in the ability to front-run same-store sales numbers.
Good. Thank you, David.
Thanks.
All right, that was our final contestant.